and Dr. Carey will complete a residency at WW Knight Family Medicine Center in Toledo, Ohio. I'd like to welcome Dr. Michelle Carey as she presents her remarks in the class of 2013. Dr. Carey.
Thank you, Dr. Morrow. Hello, everyone. Welcome to graduation. So, one of my good friends, who isn't a pharmacy major, always gets the biggest kick out of the crazy stories that I tell him about my pharmacy career, and has uttered numerous times, "You should write a book." So, pretending that I actually had enough time over the past 6 years to scribe an autobiographical memoir, I would like to now read you excerpts from Friends Forever, with a PH, of course, the tales of a nerdy, perky redhead trying to meander her way through pharmacy school. This book is dedicated to the pharmacy class of 2013 and my mom and dad. Chapter 1, the inaugural day of pharmacy school. August 20th, 2007. My first day of college was less than spectacular. Being a timid and shy freshman who learned from her parents at an early age not to speak to strangers, I was a bit cautious about branching out and making new friends. Combine that with the monsoon rain that left lakes around campus and drenched my pants to my knees, I indeed was not a happy camper post day one. But I was determined not to let this day define my college career. So I went home, bought some pink raincoats, and decided that if I'm to enjoy my 6 years of college, I would have to step outside of my comfort zone, strike up conversations with my classmates, and make the most of every moment. And I'm certainly glad that I did, because I would not trade the friendships and the memories of these past years for anything. Chapter 2, La Familia. My class is nothing short of a family. What started out as firm handshakes at the beginning of Gen Chem turned into big bear hugs by the end of P3 year. I believe we would do just about anything for each other because there's a lot of love floating around in those scenes. We've experienced marriages and new babies, loss of loved ones and sicknesses. We've lived together, danced until we couldn't stand anymore, pulled all-nighters, and laughed until we cried. And there were pranks, yes, pranks. Like when a certain individual with the initials of HS managed to pilfer my keys, move my car all the way across the parking lot, put said keys back in my purse without me ever even knowing, and pretty much the whole class was in on it. So, well played. We started out back at the old campus and still had class in 1205 as a P1. We were the guinea pigs for the new curriculum, but hey, I think we turned out just peachy. And remember that time that Dr. Nesimone's craving for Starbucks resulted in all of us getting a bonus point? Or when the fire alarm conveniently went off at the beginning of our drug lit final? Or when Kyle played We Are the Champions when he turned in his last final ever? And finally, when we circle up and sing Friends in Low Places. Our camaraderie is really something special. We certainly are a quirky bunch, but I wouldn't trade you all for the world. And after getting to know the P2s over the past years, I can see that you're forming a family of sorts as well. You all are a group of very bright individuals with many wonderful talents to offer. So enjoy your time together, because your college career will be over before you know it. Chapter 3, the Brad Book. I'm going to pull a mother hen and boast about our amazing achievements the University of Toledo students have accomplished. Through our time here as student pharmacists, we've given thousands of vaccines to community members, from retail stores to homeless shelters. We have students who've gone on mission trips to Honduras to serve those that do not have readily accessible health care. There's a pharmacy presence every week at the Community Cares Free Clinic, which helps those in our own backyard with inadequate health coverage. We've held fundraisers for worthy causes like Make-A-Wish Foundation, Toys for Tots, and the Miracle League of Northwest Ohio. Our bachelor's and master's students are working hard at advancing the profession as it relates to medication therapy management and drug And think, if we as a small community, still bound by the constraints of school, work, and other obligations, can accomplish this much, imagine how great of an impact we can have as we take the next steps in our careers. Chapter 4, the wise treasures in our lives. I feel like it's always important to thank those who have molded us into the people we are today. To the 2 people in my life who calm me down when I get antsy about school, who single-handedly grabbed 89 pounds of change that we collected for the Mr. Farm Tea pageant, who changed my flat tire, or 4 for that matter, and who supported me every step of my college journey while still loving me unconditionally. My mom and dad. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So whoever it may be that encouraged your success, your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, take a moment today to thank them for their support, as I know a simple thank you will not go unappreciated. And to the faculty and staff, your pearls of wisdom and passion for education have inspired us throughout the years. Where would we be without Dr. Schmoody's Schmoodyisms and Mr. Dr. Morrow's punny jokes? And if Dr. Cavaletti wouldn't have shown us pictures during our infectious disease module, we would all still have breakfast without scars. So thank you, faculty, for all of your support. Chapter 5, the final chapter. As we wrap up our time here at the University of Toledo, or as you take the next step in your education, I would like to leave you with 2 tidbits to ponder. First, be genuinely happy for the happiness of others. That is seriously the best feeling in the world. Being truly happy for others is a sign that we are living a life for those we care about, which is important not only in personal relationships, but in relationships with patients as well. Next, contemplate this lovely quote I found on Pinterest. Yes, Pinterest, which has been quite the wonderful distraction of some studying over the years, as I'm sure many of the ladies out there and some of the gentlemen can attest to. Ready? You have never truly lived until you have done something for someone who can never repay you. I just love this quote because it can be applied to every aspect of our lives, especially with caring for others. As healthcare professionals, I feel like this is doubly important because we should seek to provide the best care to our patients, expecting nothing in return. Whether that be setting up a medication regimen that's easy to follow, or synthesizing a drug that will change the disease state as we know it, or designing a benefits plan that will maximize therapy. Care for others out of the kindness of your heart, with their happiness in mind, not a prospect of a reward. So in closing, I think this book could have many sequels, as we all have a meaningful story to tell, and we will have many more momentous experiences as we make the transition to the next chapters of our lives. I thank you so much for the wonderful memories we have shared together. I'm truly honored to know all of you, and I know that I speak for all of us when I say that we bring out the best in each other. I am constantly inspired to be a better person and a more passionate pharmacist because I have known you. You guys are gems. To my FAM-ILY and my PHA-M-ILY, thank you all for an absolutely wonderful 6 years of unforgettable memories. The end.
Thank you. Will the candidates for the Master of Science degree please come forward?